Welcome back to my channel. New project, as always, a new one. So from this view, you can see all the parts we'll need. Like the last project, we cut all the parts off camera. With those two parts, which appears to be forks, you get a good clue of what it will be. So basically, we have cut the parts for the frame that will maintain the fork in place. And obviously this will be a skid steer quick attach system. We're going to have a quarter of an inch steel tube, 2x2, 3 of them. Some square stock is ½ inch by ½ inch. Some 2x3, 1/8 of an inch. A lot of quarter of an inch thick plates, 4 inch wide, to make the sides and the top. A few plates like those one to make the top portion where the skid steer quick attach will link, and this one for reinforcing, and the bottom plate there for the locking mechanism. So that's pretty much it. So we are mostly ready to make some assembling. Stick around. So this is the basic frame for the forks. This side is the tractor side, which will have the brackets to have the skid steer quick attach system, and the other side obviously is the forks. Now I'm to the point I have to put the railings at the top and bottom so that the forks can hang on. So I'm going to put the square tubing, and I show you how I plan on hooking the forks. The forks have this, I think this is forged steel piece being welded on the forks. This is really common. This is a cascade fork. There's deep enough there, but it doesn't really need to hang at the very top. It has to hang against this surface, this way. Same at the bottom. So I'm not going to have the railing to sit at the top. I'm rather having this being at the 20 degrees angle, sitting against this one, which when you lift, and this one, when you lift, then you don't have any loose. Same for the bottom. Except the bottom, it doesn't need to be really tight against the rail. This, but this, yes. So that you can move them sideways. So I use ½ of an inch by ½ of an inch square stock, which I will weld with the angle so that I can get the contact surface here on this side. So I have 2 pieces of those square inch square rods. mark one at the middle, very middle, for like 4 or 5 inch wide, would be the bottom rail. And what I do is that I will weld those in place, tack weld here and there, and I'll make some notches so that the knob that locks the pallet in position will be hanging on those notches. Okay, one fork went down. The worst thing to do when that happens is to try to catch it. What I did is wait until it's gone on the floor. I don't know if there's any damage here, there, I see. And this one I will clamp it, just make sure. Must have done some noise because my wife in the house hear about this fork falling on the ground, and she was inside the house and my garage is detached. Good thing she came to see if I was okay. Or maybe she was coming here to claim the insurance, I don't know. Okay, I have to remove a little bit of material there because I'm too tight. I'm going to remove it, move them in. The bottom and top tracks are done, just tack welding. Now what I'm going to do is to notch the bottom track. I don't see that maybe from the camera. This is the middle section. I have 5 inches to remove so that I can unhook from the bottom and remove the forks. Okay, this is the section at the bottom that I need to remove so that the bottom hook can lift. So basically, you cannot use only one fork at the very middle because it could just unhook from the top. But if you combine 2 forks in the very middle, like this, they can unhook because there's still something to hook them at the bottom. And yet the top will be full except some small notches for the knob to lock into position. So I'm going to cut that first. I hate those stuff. I've marked all the notch I will be doing, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Middle, no notch in the very middle. So the only material that will be left is there, this part, this part, this part. So why not just welding small pieces? Well, the idea is the alignment. So I have to align one piece. I'm going to tack weld here and there, and I could be even doing the full weld if I want to, and that's most likely what I would do. But I align one piece and make 28 notch cut. So I'll be doing 28 cuts. Yeah, that's a lot of cuts, and if I had to do it again, I wouldn't have put this before, so I could use the bandsaw, which would be way much better. Yeah, it's a little bit too late now because this one is quite welded. There's some tack welds in the corner, so not time yet. I use the Sawzall that I really like using. It's a really cheap Sawzall, by the way. It weighs at least 25 pounds. And anyway, so I do the welds here, and after that I will cut what is to be removed. I have now 15 small pieces perfectly aligned together, given that I did 28 cuts, which was not too bad. The Sawzall, it's not my friend, but I used the angle grinder with the cutting disc, which was great. Now this weld is really important, because this is the weld that will hold the whole weight on the forks. So it needs to be really clean, which I did. It's clean now, and I do a strong weld. I have some room for a good bead, but not too much. So what I might do is to make one full weld here, insert the fork here, and move it to that point just to confirm it works. Okay, the first tab I did is good. Second, which was the bigger weld, is not good. It's really tight. Yep. Okay, the first I did on the other side is just perfect too. This one I did, yeah. This one's perfect. So now what I do is do the weld on the top to see how much weld I can fill here and here. I chamfer a little bit more to get more penetration for the weld, and so I have those. This one is, I still have to grind a little bit more. This one is working, this one is working, but they might not be the strongest one. I popped all the small splatters, just make sure the surface is smooth, and I'm going to check if the fork slides perfectly. Okay, so this part of the this part I've moved, so it's a little bit too low. I'm going to remove some material behind, because either I cut the welds, either I just grind it down. I grind it.